Alright, for today's video, I thought I'd go ahead and do something different than my usual news article and video reviews. Today, I will be going over the 3 streaming services I am currently subscribed to. I will be going over Netflix, Crunchyroll, and HIDIVE, and I will be giving you guys the pros and cons of each app, and I will be giving you guys recommendations on depending on what level of anime fan you are. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? The first streaming app I am going into is Netflix. This goes without saying. If you have been into the streaming for a while now, everyone knows Netflix. I don't really gotta go into it too much. They have a wide selection of anime, but when it comes to vast selection, they are dwarfed by HIDIVE and Crunchyroll. But Netflix has slowly but surely been growing their anime selection. They have excellent exclusives, ones like The Listened Dungeon, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Violet Evergarden. They have movies like Suzume, Super Mario Brothers, so they have a great selection of anime to choose from. They also have a nice clean interface. It's quick and snappy, and overall I haven't had much problems with lag with it, so I don't have a whole lot to complain with the whole user experience on Netflix. Although I have one major complaint, the one thing that I will say, if you are into the mainstream or if there are certain shows that you do enjoy, I cannot recommend Netflix for one reason only. If you highly enjoy My Hero Academia, I cannot recommend Netflix because they only have the first 4 seasons. As if you're here, you fully know why. My Hero Academia is up to season 7. Netflix, where's the rest of the seasons? They also have that same problem with Jujutsu Kaisen. They only have the first season. They have that problem with Rising of the Shield Hero 2 as well. They only have the first season. Where's the other 2 seasons, Netflix? One more. They also only have the first season of Konosuba. This, in my personal opinion, is a crime against the anime community, Netflix. Where's season 2, the movie, and season 3? I have noticed Netflix has issues for several shows actually getting all of the current airing episodes and all the seasons. Don't know why they have this issue, they just do. If you enjoy the mainstream shonen, I cannot recommend Netflix to you because, well, they're missing a lot of content for certain series. But if you do want to watch Netflix, if you do want Netflix for shows like The Listened Dungeon, Arcane, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Violet Evergarden, there is plenty of high quality shows on Netflix. So it is worth getting a Netflix subscription if you do want to watch some other things besides just anime. But if you are going into it just for anime, I cannot recommend Netflix just by itself. Now, if you are pairing it with another subscription service just for anime, then I can see Netflix as a solid choice for anime. Alright, for the next streaming service I'm getting into is Crunchyroll. Alright, let's get some of the cons out of the way. Crunchyroll's app and user interface is not as good as Netflix. It's not bad, it doesn't look terrible, it's just I actually do like Netflix's interface better. The interface can also be very slow at times, and there have been a few times where complete areas just glitched out and I had to restart the app, but that's few and far between. The app can be very slow at times, but thankfully Netflix has introduced a intro skip button if you're so inclined, one of the things I will give Crunchyroll over Netflix easily. Every single show that Crunchyroll has on their platform, they have all of the seasons. My Hero Academia, they have all 7 seasons. Konosuba, they have all of it. Demon Slayer, they have all of it. And there are certain series that you can only get on Crunchyroll. A show like Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This show alone is worth getting a Crunchyroll account for. This is a solid 10 out of 10 show. If you have Crunchyroll, watch this show. That is not a request, that is an order. They also are airing the Big Shonen as of recently, Kaiju number 8. They are also exclusively airing the Spice and Wolf remake. So far, I've been highly enjoying this series so far, but I will be giving you guys a review once that series is ended, and once it is ended, they've also got shows such as My Dear Friend Nekoton. They have the Sakura of Rice and Ruin anime, and saw there when it clicks on it is a bit slow, but if you have a good attention span, it won't really bother you that much, but that is a flaw within Crunchyroll. So yeah, Crunchyroll is a solid pick if you really want to get into anime, and if you want to pair Netflix with Crunchyroll, I think that's a solid choice. But if you can only afford one subscription service for anime, I would have to recommend Crunchyroll over Netflix just because of the wide variety and the fact that they actually have all of the shows. Okay, the third and final app taking a look at is HIDIVE. Now, HIDIVE has recently put in a lot of effort, and they've recently redesigned their entire app, and I think it looks so much better than before. It's nice and clean. Everything is easier to find now. The user interface is much better than it was before. This app, when I first got it, was ugly just a few months ago. If you're wondering about the anime selection here, I will have to say HIDIVE has an excellent selection. They have exclusives like Oshinoko. They have plus-size stuff, but if you want to know my feelings on that, you can go ahead and watch my review for it. They have Akiba Maid War. That one is worth watching. They have Reincarnated as a Sword. That's another solid watch. They also have several Fate shows that are not on Crunchyroll. They're spin-offs. Fate is a whole thing within itself. They have Food Wars. They have Golden Time. Those are also exclusively on HIDIVE. Golden Time, I've heard, is a really good romance anime. So if you're into that, that's worth watching. They also have all the seasons of Made in Abyss. If you enjoy horror anime, this is a must-watch. They have Non-Baiori. That is from what I've heard, that is a great series as well. And they have the Gushing Over Magical Girls series. If you know about the series, you know. They also have Chain Soldier. This season 2 will be coming up fairly soon. The first season I found pretty good. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it to be. If I were to give the first season a solid score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And they are also exclusively airing Jellyfish Cannot Swim in the Night. This is an excellent show if you have not watched it. And HIDIVE has also done work on how well the user interface works. It's not as slow as it used to be. It's fairly snappy. Unfortunately, from time to time, it can slow down, but it is much faster than it was before. So yeah, those are the 3 streaming apps that I use regularly. And I will say, if you are getting skin deep in anime and you don't watch it a whole lot, I can recommend Netflix, because you're probably going to enjoy a lot more stuff on Netflix than Crunchyroll or HIDIVE. But if you really do want to get into anime, like watch a wide variety of shows, you can't really go wrong with either HIDIVE or Crunchyroll. But if you're on more of a budget, HIDIVE would be more of a recommendation for me, because it's cheaper than both Netflix and Crunchyroll. But if you can afford to, and you do want to get more into anime, I would highly recommend going for both Crunchyroll and HIDIVE. You would be, with those 2 streaming services, you would be able to easily watch 90% of the anime that is coming out seasonally. In my personal opinion, all you really need is Crunchyroll and High Dive. The shows on Netflix are nice, but it's not really worth continuing to stream Netflix for unless you're, like I said, unless you're into the other stuff that Netflix has. So yeah, what do you guys think of my breakdown of the streaming services? And let me know what you guys think of each individual streaming service down below in the comments. And as always, this has been Ryder. I'm out.